Hey guys, Matt here, and today I have something a little bit special. It is my very first Rogue One, a Star Wars story figure previews. Over the weekend, I managed to find a handful of the figures, put out early by a store, and got through checkout with no issues at all. So I have 5 of the figures from the first wave of 3 3/4 inch figures. We'll go through them. It'll be pretty quick. Just sort of a basic overview of what we have. Today I'm going to start with K2SO, and he is the Imperial droid that has been reprogrammed by the Rebels, and it features in the trailer and is kind of one of the more buzzier characters from the movie. So the card, here you go, see the front of the package there. You can see some awesome card art. You can see the droid with his big zipline action accessory. So we've got another piece of big accessories there. And then if you flip it over on the back, we have a brief bio. A reprogrammed Imperial security droid now loyal to the Alliance, K2SO is an alarming sight standing within the secret rebel base. The pragmatic droid is an effective insertion agent as he can blend in perfectly at Imperial installations and outposts. So, you know, he's sort of like a hidden spy for the Rebels. The other thing on the back of the package is an advertisement for the new the Star Wars Studio FX app. So basically, I think it lets you, it's sort of like an Instagram for toys, and has special effects and overlays. This is something that should be available soon, and it'll be both on your Apple and Android devices. And then, you know, your normal stuff, multi-logo packages, and, you know, includes figure and accessory. You know, nothing special there. So there we go. Brand new figure on the card, Rogue One. Let's open it up. So here's K2SO out of the package. What we'll do is we'll start with a little zipline accessory first. So it features a little clip to go on the arm, and then it's simply a spring-loaded string with a little hook. It's really all there is, although in the scheme of the extra parts that have been put into Hasbro Star Wars figures in recent years, this one's actually pretty fun. And it also has a handle here, so if your character wants to hold onto it that way, and then they can just zip right on. It's very cool. It's a fun little accessory. I don't know, most of us probably won't do a whole lot with it, but at least this one is fun and not some random tchotchke. Moving on to the figure himself. So you can see he's got the basic 5 points of articulation. However, one thing that's different than the basic figures we saw with The Force Awakens is that the joints are all ball joints on this figure. So the head is on a ball, so you can move his head up, down, left, right. And then the arms are also on a ball joint. Now the range of motion is a little bit more limited based on the sculpt, but you can move it a little bit front and back in addition to just around. Same with both arms. And then the hips also. The hips have a fair amount of range of motion in all directions based on the style of the figure, which is really kind of a cool addition. It adds a little bit of variability to the figure. You can pose them a little bit better this way. I did have some problems getting K2SO to stand up. It took a fair amount of fidgeting to get him here on the table without any issues, but it can be done. So there you go. Overall, the deco looks really good, really clean. The paint apps that there are, I mean, he's pretty much a basic black droid, but the paint apps that we have, the silver on his knees, the Imperial logo on the shoulder, the orange circles around the shoulder part, all look very clean, very precise, very neat. No complaints there. His eyes, of course, being a robot, are very simple, but are perfect. You know, this is gonna be a hot character. I know that some folks aren't fond of the limited articulation of the basic figures, but what I found over time for standing on a shelf, my 5-point articulation Force Awakens figures are right there with my super articulated original trilogy figures, and I don't really notice a difference after time, but of course your mileage may vary. I would say, you know, having some elbows or knees would be really nice. I sort of think, you know, I'm not one for super articulation, but a little bit more. One of the things that really stands out on this figure, though, are the holes in the sculpt and the design. You can see them on the elbows and on the knees, and you can actually see all the way clear through. Very cool figure, very great sculpt. Really makes me want to see more of him on screen. I think he's going to be one of the standout characters from the film, one of the more popular ones. Kind of has the double win of being both a rebel character with an Imperial design. So there you go. I hope you've enjoyed this preview. I've got a couple more to come this week. And that will include both figures from Rogue One and new Rebels figures. Check them out. How about subscribing? And thanks for watching.